Hey guys, welcome. Welcome aboard if you're brand new. Welcome back if you are not. And welcome home if that sits just perfectly for you. Today we want to talk about what's up energetically, astrologically, for the week of the 1st through the 7th of April 2024. If you're listening to this, you probably already know we are approaching a very big solar eclipse on the 8th. So this week is a beautiful preparation week, right? Let's get right in, shall we? Because, you know, we don't like to mess around. We start this week, April Fool's Day, Monday the 1st, with a Capricorn moon. And that moon is going to sextile Mars. And Mercury goes retrograde. 5:14 p.m. Central Time. This retrograde happens at 27 degrees Aries. Mercury will back up for 24 days, I think, until the 25th of April, when he reaches the 16-degree mark, and then he will turn direct. Hello, we see you. Yeah. That Capricorn moon is going to square the sun and sextile Saturn. So Mercury retrograde coupled with the moon's last quarter square, right? That Cap moon squaring the sun. The thing here is what's working well and what is not working well is really going to be really hard to miss. It's good to kind of brain those processes, but as always, during a Mercury retrograde, right? Apply the very easy principle of check, check, triple check. If you're going to move on something, check, check, triple check, right? Absolutely. So understand that this is a time, right? The universe gives you Mercury retrograde space in order to do some reevaluation, some reassessment. Thank you. What a lovely card. So that we don't end up in a mess, right? We get that time to reevaluate our own business. And if we choose to wait, sometimes that's better, right? Mercury retrograde gives us that space to do those things. That's really what retrograde motion is, right? Yeah. So on Tuesday, the 2nd, that Cap moon is very busy. She's going to trine Jupiter and Uranus. She's going to square Chiron and Mercury in retrograde, and sextile Venus in Neptune. So here's the deal. Meet your perceived shortcomings and your self-doubts with your highest and best today, right? Refuse to be drawn back into your old self-deprecating cycles. Remind yourself that transcending your suboptimal patterns is absolutely your purpose. Let's say that again, please. Remind yourself that transcending your suboptimal patterns is your absolute purpose, right? Life is lessons. Life is lessons. And as you go to sleep on Tuesday to move into Wednesday, please load up your dream time, because on Wednesday, the 3rd, that Cap moon is going to sextile Neptune in Pisces. Then the moon is going to move into Aquarius at 4:08 a.m. That Aquarius moon is going to conjunct Pluto, and then Venus in Pisces will conjunct Neptune. All of this happens before 8:15 in the morning. So those Dreamtime insights really may prove invaluable, right? Neptune's very strong presence, that Neptune sextiling the moon, and then Neptune conjunct Venus in Pisces gives really Wednesday a super dreamy, super psychic, super intuitive quality. So your ordinary and your extraordinary senses are really merged in very deep and intense ways, right? As that Aquarius moon conjuncts Pluto, it adds that depth and intensity, really offering you a brilliant opportunity to do some soul level visioning, let's call it. When it comes to home, right, and we're talking about home when it comes to Venus here, and that is that Venus conjunct Neptune, right? And home is the way that you witness what feels like home to you, what it smells like, what it looks like, what it tastes like, what it sounds like. All of those things, self-reflexive, only you can define, right? So when it comes to home, you can do that deep visioning on all the levels, right? Not just the tangible, but the intangible as well, the soul level. So take advantage of that energy on Wednesday. It's really important. On Thursday, the 4th of April, yes, that Aquarius moon is going to sextile the Sun and Chiron. The Aquarius moon is going to square both Jupiter and Uranus, and Venus moves into Aries, right? Also, the Sun is conjunct the North Node in Aries. So listen, your purpose is highlighted today. The energy that demands that you put yourself first. Mind, though, that you don't create kind of a destructive or combustive pattern around that. Honoring yourself, right? Honoring yourself is not the same as dismissing or dissing other people. So let the changes come naturally, and realize that if you have to force a change, it's probably not a change that's really for you, right? As Venus moves into Aries, don't be surprised if you have some inklings to do some remodeling or redecorating, to upgrade or up-level your space. And don't be surprised if you feel like throwing a little bit of red in a room that's never had some red. So just be okay with all of that. On Friday, the 5th of April, 40 minutes into the day, the Aquarius moon is going to sextile retrograding Mercury. And then at 6:13 a.m. Central Time always, the moon is going to move into Pisces. So energy like Fridays can absolutely be put to good use for real deep introspection, right? That moon moving into Pisces creates let's call it a very intimate self-connection and self-connectedness. So especially during Mercury retrograde, you're going to want to use that time for that reevaluation, for that reassessment. So connect deeply, and you're connecting with source as self and source, right? All of those things. Asking very relevant questions. Things like, where am I content and where am I not content? Where am I satisfied and where am I not satisfied? And the most important question of all, what lies between those things, right? The key here is don't recoil from the answers. Or numb your conscious mind, right? Do not allow that moon in Pisces to create space for you to numb your conscious mind. You need to be able to witness those answers fully. What do those things look like and what lies between them? Your growth and your development absolutely depend on your availability and your capacity to show up to those answers. So please be present. Choose presence over anything that's going to allow you to slide off of your witnessing of your self-truth, right? This is so important right now. On Saturday the 6th, that Pisces moon is going to conjunct both Mars and Saturn early in the morning, and then sextile both Jupiter and Uranus, and Venus in Aries is going to sextile Pluto. So this is a day for projects. It's a day to get stuff done, 100%, absolutely. Your desire to accomplish is absolutely innate today. Like literally, this is one of those days where you wake up and are like, yep, let's get it done. Devote yourself to your to-do list. But here's the key. Make sure that you're moving with love, right? Make sure that you're moving in response to things that bring you joy, not this sense of, but if I don't do this, then I have some kind of consequence, right? No, move with love. Move because you enjoy the motion. Move because you understand the power of what's on your to-do list, right? So pay attention to that inner landscape and how your feelings are responding, and know that this is how you know whether you're on the right course of action or not. And do not be afraid to adjust accordingly, right? Yeah, thanks. We definitely are. On Sunday, the 7th of April, happy birthday to my friend Renee, all the way in Maine, right? Big love, lady. The Pisces moon will conjunct Neptune early in the morning, in the wee hours. And then, early-ish, the moon is going to move into Aries, right? What an Aries party. And then that Aries moon is going to sextile Pluto and conjunct Venus. So here's the deal. That Neptune returning to conjunct the moon reminds you, right, of your highest, reminds you of your highest octaves melodies, okay? Think about this. Neptune is the higher octave of Venus, right? Venus is the real, the tangible, the tactile, the witnessable. Neptune is the intangible, that part that is highest and best, that part that is connected to source and your own ability to witness yourself as your divinity. So when we're talking about how Neptune comes back in to remind you of your octave's highest melodies, right? This particular song might be the one that your heart knows, but your consciousness is only getting that reminder now. So pay attention to the rhythm of that song. Pay attention to its depths and its intricacies, right? These are going to be very significant in your energies to come. Align your heart's rhythm to the cosmic rhythms and understand that they're always and have always been and always will be the same. Feel that rhythm and understand that this is you and this is your preloaded future and past and present, all pulled into one single vibration, right? Just be aware of that. This is a big day, and it's a beautiful preloading for the eclipse, which comes up on Monday. But let's talk about this week first. Let's get down here. So on the 1st, we have the Devil and the Two of Swords, right? So this is about making choices. Choices, right? We're making choices. We're really looking for our ideas and our attachments in this space of reality, right? We talked about this as Mercury retrograde coupled with the moon's last quarter square. What is working well and what is not working well will be hard to miss, right? So make sure that if you're going to move, that you're allowing for reevaluation. You're allowing for that reassessment so that you don't get too caught up in what has been, right? Because chances are, if you move now, it's going to be in that muscle memory driven pattern. So if you choose to wait, if you choose to table your choices, you choose to table your action, that's okay. If it feels like the best course of action, just wait. Right? Just wait. There's nothing wrong. If you end up diving back into an old pattern, it's going to be even harder the next time you're being called to step out of it. So just pay attention, right? Just be okay with either and know that you don't have to act in compulsion. You can act in choice, right? On Tuesday, the 2nd, you have the Ten of Pentacles and the Empress. Come on. What a beautiful, beautiful day. What a beautiful day to remind yourself that transcending your suboptimal patterns is your absolute purpose, right? How do you get to your highest and best? How do you get to your legacy? You pay attention to what you're planting, right? Refuse to be drawn back into your old self-deprecating cycles and remind yourself that transcending your suboptimal patterns is your absolute purpose. Come on. This is a beautiful day. Just be into it. Right? Ignore those perceived shortcomings. Ignore your self-doubts. Lead with your highest and best. Why wouldn't you? Why would you ever allow yourself to lead with anything but? Well, I mean, this is why we do the work, right? So that we don't feel those compulsions, or so that we're prepared right? That we have done all the work and planted all the seeds to increase and widen our capabilities and our capacities to transcend them. So just beautiful opportunities, right? On Wednesday, we have the Queen of Swords and the Five of Swords. We talked about this as that day where we have some dream time insights, right? A very dreamy sort of day, really having an opportunity to do some visioning. Here's the deal. Be mindful of those old patterns. Be mindful of the ways that your ideas have shaped you until now. The Five of Swords is about scorched earth, right? It's choosing an idea or a stand or the need to be right over your relationships, over your connections, over your visions even. Queen of Swords asks you to not be in that space, to not allow that, right? We have that strong Neptune presence on Wednesday. So making sure that you're really, really witnessing the merging of your ordinary and extraordinary senses, using this sword to cut out your own nonsense, right? This is your nonsense, this conflict, this ego, this pride here, this belief that you can't be wrong, that you can't need to change your mind, right? This is danger. This is knowledge and wisdom, right? So be in your wisdom. Understand that your own experience is just your own experience, and there's always something to add to it. Don't be afraid to add to it, right? On Thursday, the 4th of April, we've got the Queen of Wands and Judgment. Lovely, right? So as this comes past this day of ideas, right? And we're talking about, this is the day that where the Sun is conjunct the North Node, and Venus moves into Aries. We have the Queen of Wands. What a beautiful Venus and Aries card, right? And Judgment, really allowing that we can put ourselves first, right? Queen of Wands, she's always got herself in her sights. But she also understands that sometimes there are other things that have to take precedence or have to be more prevalent. Working that we're not really creating destructive patterns while we put ourselves first, right? Witnessing how things move and how best we believe they might play out, right? Really utilizing your self-honoring as a tool without creating stress in your relationships, right? Let those changes come naturally, knowing that if you have to force it, it's not really for you, right? It's not really for you. No. And again, adding that red in anything you're redecorating or remodeling, you know, that'll be fun. I mean, when your inception is a Venus and Aries point, make it happen, right? Friday, the 5th, we have the Knight of Cups, the 8 of Cups. So we talked about this as a day of deep introspection, right? This is the day the moon moves into Pisces, really creating that intimate self-connectedness. Guess what? What are you walking away from? Again, I love it when we get such validation. What are our questions, right? Where am I content? Where am I not? And what lies between, right? Where am I satisfied and where am I not? And what lies between, right? Not recoiling from those answers, understanding that you have the emotional capacity to witness them fully, and know that you're always moving toward, well, let me change that. You always have the capacity to move towards something that's going to be more fulfilling, more satisfying, more creating contentment in your life. And you're in charge. And the way that you move as a result of witnessing that in-between space is entirely up to you, right? This can be a lonely journey, or this can be a powerfully strong journey. You're always supported, so that's your choice too. On Saturday, the 6th of April, we have the Hanged Man and the Moon. Lovely. This is that day where we're talking about your desire to accomplish is super innate today, right? You want to get things done, but make sure that you are moving with love, paying attention to your inner landscape, right? and making sure that you are always following the path of your highest and best. You know what that is. You know how it feels. Sometimes you have to shift your perspective in order to follow it appropriately, and that just means in accordance with your highest and best, right? You're the only one that can determine what appropriately means to you. But being absolutely fearless in your willingness to shift your perspective and shift your course based on what you're intuiting, that's important. Make sure. It's too important now not to be. On Sunday, look at this. Come on. We have Neptune representation all over here. We have the Ace of Cups and the High Priestess. Lovely. We talked about this as all that Neptune energy. We have, so this is your state of feeling, right? The universe is handing you something beautiful and saying to you, again, your intuition is absolutely bringing you closer. Paying attention to those rhythms and the depths and intricacies of your energy, right? Witnessing that these points are the inception of your future, of your past, right? You are what is in the chalice. It's you, right? And you have the deep intuitive knowing of what that means to you. It's significant because this is what you're creating, and it's also what you're creating from. Just witnessing that your highest octaves, melodies are available to you at any point in time, and your alignment with that is literally an alignment with the cosmic highest octave every single time. So just really pay attention and listening, right? Okay, guys, we talk about this a lot, right? We are in transition. We are. And here's the deal. You're in transition every moment. This goes along with, like, you are the portal, right? You are the portal, certainly. But there's a portal in every second. There's a portal in every choice. There's a portal in every heartbeat. There's a transition in every second, in every heartbeat, in everything. It's you. You are in transition in every moment, right? This eclipse, certainly, that's coming is a big deal, but the energy is available to you all the time. All right, I love that we have the lower world here, right? As we're talking about really witnessing Neptune and Venus in their beautiful polarities and dichotomies as simply representations of the same energy in different expressions, right? So, all right, let's read about this one, the lower world. The lower world holds the hidden treasures of humanity. It's a place of rich and fruitful darkness, where we can find the disowned parts of ourselves and the abandoned aspects of our psyches. The lower world is the place of the ancestors, where we discover the gifts and lessons of the past. It's the realm of the collective unconscious. Here we can meet our demons and transform them into pure energy, our source of personal power. It's time to unearth your hidden treasures. Yeah. Do not make yourself small in order for others to like or accept you. Bring out the gems and precious stones that you've kept inside your heart, hidden even from yourself, right? We talked about really witnessing that song that you may just be hearing in your conscious mind, but it's always been there, right? Yeah, bring out the gems and precious stones that you have kept hidden inside your heart, hidden even from yourself. It's time to honor your past and recast your life as a heroic quest. Oh, really? Okay, let's do that. As you journey into the lower world, you'll be offered the gifts of your ancestors. Their struggles, the way they hurt, the way they lived, and the way they died, will become blessings, right? You have all that power available to you. Are you one of those people who do not like to face the past? Right? We talked about this. Do not allow your conscious mind to numb or recoil from the answers you find this week, right? Be available to them, right? Now your past is calling to be acknowledged, to be heard, and to be embraced. The only way to become unstuck is to honor everything that has transpired into your life. Reflect on the lessons learned and move on. If you bear witness to your past and learn its lessons, it will stop haunting you. As you embrace its gifts, you will recover a missing part of your soul. Well, I mean, I think we just talked about that. So I don't feel the need to make it bigger or even amplify, right? You have people in your life this week who are available to assist you. You have requirements, right, where you need to show up as well. And so this week, I wish for you awareness of your responsiveness, and also awareness of your widest capacity to show up for yourself as yourself, right? Really in that energy that is the temporary manifestation of the divine in action, right? In action. Even if the action is only reassessment and reevaluation, right? Yes. Good luck, guys. You've got this. Be blessed and move with care. Move with deliberation, right? Yeah. Take care. Thanks for being here.